Hello everybody, today we're going to do a sound design video. I haven't done one of these for quite some time. I've been putting together a new patch library, and in doing that I decided to use some of the sonic extensions. If you don't know what a sonic extension is, you'll see a link to a video going across the top as we speak. As I speak, unless you're talking at the same time as me now, but I won't know about that. And what happens, they don't just give you new patches and sounds to play with, they also give you a couple of new effects extensions to sort of add to your sound palette and sort of morph and shape your sound into something different. And I particularly like the ones that come with Nile and Sky, which are the Sky Verb and the Sky channel. Today we're going to look at Sky Verb because there's a little thing I wanted to do with the patch, which we'll show as we go along. I'm just going to mock up a very quick sound here. I'm not going to go too mad. I'm going to go Rich and Mogi 3 because it's one of my favourite filters. That I want a plucky sound just to demonstrate a bit more. A squelch on there, that's good. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to add any effects to channels A, B, C, D or common. I'm going to put them all in the auxiliary channel, the aux area. So I want to go to Sonic Extensions, Sky Verb, and if I play, nothing happens, because to actually get the effect from the auxiliary channel, you need to go into Common or any of these patch layers that we've got. So you could just do it on A, but I'm just going to go into Common because that's the most logical area that we tend to use in the patch design. And if I move this aux send, you get the reverb coming through. Now what I tend to do, I tend to assign this to a mod wheel, so it leaves both my hands free because I do have the mod wheel connected to a pedal, nice little rocker pedal on me. And you see a little white dot, that tells me how far it's moving. So I'm only going halfway here. Well, I want to go all the way across. And don't want it jerky, I want it nice and smooth. So that gives me a nice smooth representation of what I'm doing with my foot underneath the table, rocking it backwards and forwards on the wheel. So there we go. So now, as you play, you can actually control the sort of like how much reverb you get. Now, the more astute of you will have heard that these little trails going on. So I stop playing, and then the nice reverby echoey, but it sort of repeats on itself. So I'm just going to exaggerate those trails by turning them up and the amount that we're going to go through. Right, so there we go. Now what I thought when I was designing these patches, I thought I'd love to pan those trails, and the easy way of doing that is to go into the effect and put an imager in line. An imager has an autopan facility, so I'm going to ramp this all the way up to about 75. Let's see if I can get there. We've got 75 here, that's not bad. I'll just leave the rate 1-to-1 panning, but you can play with the rate as well as it goes. And now you get this effect. So if you're listening on stereo speakers or headphones, you will hear it move, the tail will move between the speakers. So just do that one more time so you can get the benefit of it all. Now you can go a bit mad now and wang in some delay. So I'm just going to bring it up about halfway. So you will be taking these trails, putting them into the delay and auto panning them. So you get this effect. What you can also do then is auto pan and delay the auto pan. So I'll swap these round and this is what you get. a slightly different sound. And now to exaggerate that, I would never advise this unless this is what type of effect you want to do to your sound, but I would never tend to have it as wash as this, because it does get muddy otherwise. You see what we're doing there? We're auto panning the delay. So I'm just going to have a swig of tea. You always have to have a cup of tea when you do these type of videos, because your mouth gets quite dry quickly. So what we've done here is taken these trails, stuck them through an imager to pan them, auto pan them, and then delayed that even further. So what I wanted to do is just give you an idea of what to turn those off. Basically, what we're doing with Sky Verb here is time is the usual thing in reverb. It's how much reverb you want to add. So the further to the left, as little time as possible. Further to the right, you can go up to literally 2 seconds of delay. I think that's 20,000 milliseconds. I think there's 2 seconds. It's be 20 seconds of delay. Reverb time. That, wow, didn't realise it went that far, but it will go up to 20 seconds. So that's quite a lot. Anyway, I'm thinking this tone here, that controls the pitch of these trails, which will become evident when we move on to this part, and the mod is going to be affected by. So this dial, the amount, tells us how much of this clouds we want. So for demonstration purposes, I'll just turn it right up. I'll turn it to about 80, because then we get a proper effect from it, and you can hear what I'm getting on about this tone button. The tone button is a dial. So trails, we'll put that up a bit as well. So we've got a distant colour to these trails. So they do sound distant. But we've also got these to play with. We've got airy. And this is where your tone comes in, because you hear those higher pitched sounds. So if I turn tone right down to next to now, well, less pitchy. But if I turn this up full, really high pitched verby tones, and we've got clean. Slightly different. And they're going and going and going and going, because we're on about 5 seconds of time here, so I'll just turn that off, turn it back on, resets it all. So that's your warm and your dark sound. Slightly more muffled. I tend to swap between dark, warm, and sometimes airy, depending on what I want. If I want pitchiness, then I'll go for airy, but if I want that distant longing feeling, then distant is the one I'll go for. If I want a short, darky sound, I'll just turn the trails down, turn the amount down, and let's just do some very, very quick sound design here. Just put on modulate, LFO, turn that down a bit, sync it, turn the rate to 2, depth, there we go, so it's a small moving there. We'll also attach that LFO to my cutoff, and then we get this sound. So I don't want it to go that far. I'll just bring the cutoff down a bit. There we go. See how we can actually do something with this now. So if I want to modulation, put some ultra chorus on there, I'm going to put a touch of reverb No, I don't want spring reverb. I want pro reverb. I don't want to go too mad on this because I've already got reverb on, so I'm going to turn that right down. And I'm going to put a delay in. I'm going to put a chorus echo delay. I'm going to get this sound. Now that's with the, because don't forget we've got the auxiliary send open absolutely full. So if you control the auxiliary send to just to accept to medium, you get. And if I open the cutoff a bit more, make it a bit more squelchy. And you can take it even further now. You can put a solo on, bit of glide. I only want it on. I don't want a legato glide, and I only want a 0.3 of a second should do it. So a very simple solo. And now if I take that Sky Verb off and the image and the delay away, and this is the sound you're going to get without these. That's it. There's no tail, nothing. Yes, I could increase the reverb, but I wouldn't get anywhere near this sound, which to me sounds magical. I'll turn that delay down actually. I said I wouldn't never have it on full blast, so I'll just turn that down to about halfway. So there we go, a very little sound design walkthrough tutorial. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, ding that bell, subscribe to the channel, share it far and wide, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.